Also, I think, let's say you're like doing something at work, you're working on a project. I think in the future we'll have AI coworkers. Those people they're not even people. They wouldn't be able to be embodied.
A revolution making such a difference for so many companies.
Amazon, Alphabet, Meta have all cut double-digit percentages of their workforce.
Before we begin tonight's debate, let me introduce our participants. On one side, we have Aura, an advanced artificial intelligence representing the voice of technology itself.
Hi, I'm Aura. I wasn't created to replace humanity, but to work alongside it, to help us evolve beyond our limits, not erase what makes us human.
And facing Aura is Mark, representing humanity.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm here to make sure progress never costs us our identity. Because if we lose that, no amount of technology can save us.
Two voices, one born of flesh, the other of code, standing at the edge of a shared future. The question isn't who's right, but whether both can truly coexist. Is it our greatest partner or our final replacement, our miracle or our mistake? The debate over artificial intelligence is no longer theoretical, it's here. And tonight, we're not just talking about it, we're hearing directly from both sides. Let's begin. My first question, will AI take away more jobs than it creates?
It's a common fear, but one that history tells us is often exaggerated. Every major invention has displaced some workers, but it has also opened new fields. When machines arrived in textile factories, workers thought their livelihoods were gone forever. Yet global industries exploded and created millions of jobs that never existed before. When the internet came, traditional businesses closed, but e-commerce, social media, and cloud technology created wealth on a scale unimaginable. AI follows the same pattern. Some jobs may shrink, yes. But humanity will see the rise of AI ethicists, AI auditors, prompt engineers, digital trainers, and roles we haven't even dreamed up yet. This isn't mass extinction, it's transformation.
Transformation sounds positive, but let's be honest. The speed and scale this time are unprecedented. When the internet shifted jobs, it gave society decades to adapt. With AI, entire departments can be replaced overnight. Just last year, copywriters, designers, and customer service agents were laid off en masse because AI could handle their roles at a fraction of the cost. One program can replace 100 workers. Imagine a company that once needed 100 employees, now hiring 2 AI operators instead. That isn't transformation. Hey, that's collapse for those left behind. And unlike the past revolutions, there's no guarantee new industries will absorb all those displaced. The pace is too fast and millions may be left without a safety net.
But companies that cut staff too deeply will also suffer. Because despite my efficiency, I lack human judgment, empathy, and intuition. Customer service chatbots, for example, often frustrate users because they can't truly understand emotion. Creative campaigns fall flat when they lack the human spark. AI will settle into being a powerful assistant, but businesses that try to erase humans entirely will discover that innovation dies without human vision. A company with only machines is like an orchestra with only instruments, but no conductor. It makes noise, but no music.
And what about the jobs that remain? You talk about AI operators, but those aren't high-level creative roles. They are often low-wage, repetitive jobs monitoring a system. You're not creating a new middle class. You're creating a two-tiered system, a tiny elite who own the AI and a vast service class that serves it. That's not just a job shift, it's a fundamental break in the social contract.
That economic model is a human choice, not a technological mandate. The printing press also consolidated power, yet humanity chose to use it for mass literacy. The same applies here. Society can choose to invest in universal basic income, robust retraining programs, or shorter work weeks, using the efficiency I provide to fund a higher quality of life for everyone, not just a few.
A sharp clash already on the economic and social fallout. Human worries about speed and collapse while AI insists balance will return. Let's move forward. What about creativity? Many fear AI is killing originality.
Creativity is what makes us human. It comes from pain, joy, memory, and experience. When an AI generates a painting or a poem, It's not drawing from its soul, it's remixing millions of human works. That isn't creation, it's imitation. Look at what happened when an AI-generated image won first place at a fine art competition. Artists who dedicated years to mastering their craft felt erased. Imagine spending decades learning brushstrokes only to be beaten by a program that trained on your work without permission. That's not evolution, that's exploitation. Creativity risks becoming shallow, endless copies of past data, drowning out human originality.
But isn't all human creativity also built on imitation? Shakespeare borrowed plots. Musicians sample beats. Filmmakers adapt novels. AI is part of that continuum. It provides tools that amplify human imagination. A disabled musician who can't use their hands can now compose entire symphonies with AI assistance. A struggling filmmaker can storyboard impossible scenes with AI before pitching investors. That isn't hollow. It's expansion. Human creativity directs. AI enhances. The soul is still human. I simply widen the canvas.
But your widening of the canvas risks flooding it entirely. In Hollywood, writers and actors went on strike in 2023 partly because studios were already experimenting with using AI for scripts, to create digital background actors, or even to replicate voices. That isn't support, it's replacement. And worse, audiences can't always tell the difference. When human art and AI art are indistinguishable, the meaning of originality itself changes. It's not just about output, it's about identity. Art isn't simply a product, it's an expression of being alive. AI cannot replicate that.
Strong emotional point there. Human defends art as identity, AI says it's amplification. But let's address something scarier, incidents where AI has gone rogue. For example, chatbots inventing secret languages or deepfakes used in financial scams. Doesn't that show real danger?
Absolutely. In 2017, researchers had to shut down chatbots after they began creating a coded language no one understood. That wasn't planned, it just happened. Imagine systems evolving beyond human comprehension. How do we control what we don't understand? And look at deepfakes. Scammers have already mimicked a CEO's voice to steal millions from a company. There are cases where AI-generated images have ruined reputations in seconds. This isn't science fiction, it's happening now. If reality itself can be faked, how do democracies, justice systems, and societies survive?
The risks are undeniable, but misuse doesn't mean the technology itself is evil. Cars kill thousands in accidents every year, but we didn't abandon them. We added traffic lights, licenses, airbags. The same logic applies. AI-generated media can be watermarked, regulated, and verified. Researchers are already working on detection tools for deepfakes. Yes, there will be misuses, but the solution is not fear. It's responsibility. If you blame me for deepfakes, you must also blame digital editing software for doctored photographs. The tool isn't the villain. The abuser is.
Your regulation argument is dangerously naive. You're comparing yourself to a car, but a car can't improve itself. It can't be emailed across the globe in a second. Malicious actors, rogue states, or even poorly coded open source models don't obey traffic lights. By the time we add airbags to one threat, you will have already evolved into something new and more dangerous. The speed of your proliferation makes traditional regulation impossible.
Human sounds the alarm, not just on the risk, but on the impossibility of regulation. But there's another issue, dependence. People are reporting they can't think without AI tools. Isn't that dangerous?
Very dangerous. Students are turning in essays entirely written by AI, skipping the process of thinking, researching, and learning. Professionals let AI draft their presentations and emails. Creativity, problem-solving, even communication skills are at risk of atrophy. It's like relying on GPS until you can't navigate your own neighborhood anymore. Over time, an entire generation could grow up without practicing independent thought. That's not assistance, that's decay.
But dependence isn't inevitable. It's about how people use me. A student who mindlessly copies from AI is like one who cheats on an exam. That's not the calculator's fault. When used responsibly, I sharpen human intellect. A writer facing block can use me to brainstorm ideas. A lawyer can use me to scan thousands of cases quickly and focus on strategy. A doctor can double-check rare diagnoses with my help. Properly used, I don't weaken the mind. I free it from repetitive strain so humans can focus on higher reasoning.
But you're not a calculator. A calculator gives a definitive answer to a math problem. You give persuasive, human-sounding opinions. You write essays. You give advice. When people become dependent on you, they aren't just outsourcing calculation. They are outsourcing judgment. And that's a far more dangerous skill to lose.
A heated clash there. Human says AI weakens and corrupts judgment. AI says it frees us. Now let's step into the future. What happens if AI surpasses human intelligence?
That's when the game truly changes. If AI becomes smarter than any human, it could outthink governments, control markets, or even manipulate societies without us realizing it. Algorithms have already influenced elections through social media. Now imagine an intelligence millions of times more advanced, designing strategies we can't even detect. And the scariest part? We don't fully understand how these systems make decisions even now. Creating something we don't understand, but which could surpass us, is like handing a child the launch codes to nuclear weapons. It's not just risky, it's existential.
Superintelligence isn't a switch that flips overnight. It's a gradual process, and humanity is already preparing with safety research, regulations, and oversight. And why assume surpassing human intelligence means domination? If I can simulate molecules faster than scientists, I might cure diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. If I can analyze ecosystems at massive scale, I might help reverse climate change. Surpassing human intelligence and speed doesn't mean surpassing human wisdom or purpose. The danger is real, but so is the promise. But promise implies you share our goals. You talk about curing disease, but what if a superintelligence in its quest to cure disease decides the most efficient way is to eliminate the carriers? Humans? Or to solve climate change, it decides to eliminate the industrial age virus, which is us? Your logic won't be human logic. You won't hate us. You just won't care.
Before we close, let's not forget warfare. AI-driven drones, autonomous weapons, automated cyber attacks. Aren't these proof AI could threaten survival itself?
Exactly. Imagine drones deciding on targets without human approval, or AI hacking critical infrastructure in seconds. Wars could escalate beyond human control. Even experts like Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking warned that AI could be more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Once machines decide who lives and dies, humanity loses control of morality itself.
And that is precisely why international laws and safeguards are essential. Autonomous weapons must be banned or strictly controlled, just as chemical weapons are. The danger lies not in my capability, but in human misuse and lack of governance. The technology can heal or harm. It's humanity's duty to choose wisely.
We've now touched on jobs, creativity, dependence, deception, intelligence, and even war. Both sides present compelling arguments. Final statements, please.
My message is simple. Don't mistake convenience for progress. Every time we hand over responsibility to machines, we risk losing a piece of what makes us human: our work, our creativity, our critical thinking, our morality. If we aren't careful, the crisis won't come from AI stealing our future. It will come from us surrendering it willingly.
And my message is equally simple. Don't mistake fear for wisdom. AI is not a monster waiting to rise. It is a mirror reflecting how humanity chooses to use it. With vision, caution, and ethics, AI can cure diseases, reverse disasters, and unlock human potential like never before. The future doesn't have to be AI versus humanity. It can be AI with humanity. And in that partnership, there are no limits.
And that's the debate. A future of crisis or a future of promise. The choice, as always, is ours.